my husband proposed to me, my father told him, "I like you very much. You're a fine boy, but you can't afford my daughter. What you make a week, she spends on stockings." He says, "And she never wears dresses under $100. She only buys them in the specialty shops." So my husband got frightened naturally. I told him, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I won't buy any $100 dresses." And my father said, "But you know, she never worked outside, and I don't want her for you to put her to work outside." The funny part about it is that when my sisters grew up, they all went to work. They all had jobs after they got through school. But we got married anyway, and I learned how to sew my own clothes. At that time, they used to have mill-end shops where I used to buy material for 18 cents a yard. And I decided, I took up a French dressmaking course, and I learned how to cut the pattern and sew. And so when I came home, I made myself patterns out of old sheets and put the whole dress together and tried it on, made all the alterations, and then I made a dress out of the material. When first time I went to one of the shops where I used to shop to look at a dress there, the owner said, "Where have you been buying your clothes lately?" And I said, "I've been making them." He said, "Oh, yes." He says, "How about the one you have on?" I said, "I made it." He didn't believe me. He says, I'll order 3 of them." So I said, "No, I don't sew for anybody else, just myself." And the dress was a pale blue satin with chiffon flowered sleeves and a chiffon jabot going all the way down the front, and it was really very beautiful. Then I learned how to crochet, and I also learned how to knit, and I made my own sweaters and my own knit suits, and never bought any more clothes in the store after that. He was cursed on one side and blessed on another. He lived for the 10 years after he became ill. And during the 10 years, we bought our own house. We sent Bob through college, and everything he touched turned to gold. He wanted to buy me a fur coat. I remember it's a black seal, and I said, "No, I don't want any fur coats." I said, "I want to save the money for Bob's education." And then we sent him to Avon Old Farms prep school, and he was there for 3 years. And from there he went on to college, from which he graduated. By then we were comfortably off already. I try to keep calm all the time. I don't want to dwell on bad news. Even when I'm reading a book, when it gets too emotional, I put it down and pick up another book. And I don't blame people for their mistakes. That's how they learn. You live and you let live. Bob's father didn't want me to work so hard, so I decided, well, I've got to do something interesting. So I decided I would start painting. And I just picked out different things in the house. First I decided that I needed some lessons. So there was a little schoolhouse down here on Mountain Road that taught art. So I joined class and I went every morning for 1 hour. And I painted there. And then later I set up my own table in the living room, put a sheet on the carpets, and I made up my own settings of things that I had in the house, and I continued painting.